The Bills are now on the clock.
Never had your head this way. Are you still living in the place? They told me you've been doing okay, okay. In another world where you and me will show our hearts yet entirely.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
And take me to my fantasy. Tell me we can make this real. If we can follow what we feel. I'm running, but I've reached the edge. And now I'm falling, so promise that you'll catch me.
All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
A skilled running back with a nose for the end zone, his draft stock got a shot in the arm after setting a team record for single-game rushing touchdowns. He's a unique mixture of speed, power, and agility, reminding some draft experts of Emmitt Smith. Sources I spoke with absolutely love his linebacker mentality, refusing to go out of bounds and taking on defenders in hopes of extra yards wherever and whenever possible. He should see immediate action in the preseason and compete for the starting spot.
That one day you'll see in another
The Ravens are now on the clock.
we show our hearts yet entirely. Deliver me from reality and take me to my fantasy. Tell me we can make this real. If we can follow what we feel. I'm running.
Now that the Ravens have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about him.
He was a dominant receiver in college and deservedly won the Heisman after a very impressive season. He's the kind of receiver that defenses would double team, and yet they still couldn't slow him down. He's not the big man on campus anymore now that he's been drafted, but I still feel comfortable in saying I think you're going to hear his name called quite a bit on Sundays.
Promise that you'll catch me.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
All up in my face, you're not from the clique. Give me space, we might ride it.
The Browns are now on the clock.
They don't love the clique. I thought they love you when you make it. This some mud. Yeah, this some mud. Friends and business don't mix, so I'm brotherless. Trying to get back close, hit them with the stiff. Gears I shift, make sure they feel the drift. Just cop the Benz, hold with the tick. You should know, cause in every song I said, yeah, in every song I said, I'm just proud of my accomplishments. I'm a 400, I don't care at all. Have a head, no, heard you talking about I'm real, I'm fraud. Your kids and broad, they straight, you shouldn't care at all.
Please tell me why you always hate.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate. Please tell me why you always hate.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate. Please tell me why you always hate.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate. Please tell me why you always hate.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate.
Yeah, 104 times how it go down. Slaps on deck for the whole town. On mamas, man, I did it with my own sound. And I got my own city that I hold down. Just admit it already. You got plans to do it, boy, we did it already. Got a couple DMs, I done slid in already. Gotta ask YG if he hit it.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I'm a star like Moesha's. Running up the numbers like Aisha's. Yeah, I be sliding, I be creeping. Girls these days, they just don't know how to keep it. But I got it all handled. They try to box me and I got my own angles, yeah. I'ma spend the summer getting to the cake and I'ma wishing wood on every candle. I'm like,
Please tell me why you always hate.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate. Please
The Jets are now on the clock.
tell me why you always hate. Please tell me why you always hate.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate. Please tell me why you always hate.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate.
If you ain't know me, bet you know now. Juicy came through with the verse for me both times.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
What's that? Ask no question, just hold it down. Why you hating on the progress? I'm a humble, I don't even pause what I do. I just drive the Maybach through the pride. side chicks. And still crazy, I ain't even drive shit. Hate from a distance, please don't try me. Cause we'll turn it up on any.
The Saints are now on the clock.
See why they don't like me. Yelling out 400, they go too heavy. I'm with the posse back at it. Whoa. That mean come on, go on platinum. Whoa. That mean I got a Kindle in my mattress. Oh, I got the BD back bragging.
Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you.
The Lions are now on the clock.
Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
We're awake, we're alive, got the fire in our eyes. We're the kings, we're the queens, and if this is just a dream, don't wanna wake up. Let this feeling break up.
Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Dolphins' latest pick.
One of the biggest stories last year was about this kid, and he didn't even get drafted. He shocked the entire football world, me included, when he announced he'd be staying in school for his final year of eligibility. When I spoke with him last year about the decision, he cited a promise he made to his parents before his freshman year in college. He promised them that he would complete his degree and set himself up for a career should a professional football career not be afforded to him. Showing tremendous character, he decided to honor this promise even after being heralded as a top pick in last year's draft. It's this type of character that had scouts raving about him, according to my sources. In fact, several owners even discussed business strategy during pre-draft interviews. If there's one possible knock on him, it's speculation that he may walk away from the game in a few years. This team is going to do everything in its power to persuade him to stay in the league, perhaps even offering him a role in the business end of the team once he does eventually retire.
The end is nowhere in sight. From the streets to the tracks, here's to never looking back, 'cause the past doesn't last. Long as we're together, just keeps
The Bears are now on the clock.
getting better. We know we are brighter than all the stars. As long as we're together, we'll stay young forever. We make
The Redskins are now on the clock.
break 'em when we want to. As long as we're together, we'll stay young forever. Forever. Young forever.
The Cowboys are now on the clock.
Unwinding every moment, like the clock is broken. Never stopping, never slowing. Yeah, we're living wide open. Unwinding every moment.
Adam, what can you tell us about that last pick?
If there's one thing this defensive back is good at, it's the old bait the quarterback into throwing and picking it off trick. And he's not just good at it, he's great. He set the school record for interceptions in a season, and most of those interceptions happened when he baited the quarterback and forced him into poor decisions. He's also had his fair share of circus-style catches in tight coverage, the type of catches that even some receivers can't make. He may have a harder time picking off NFL quarterbacks, but his coverage ability is enough alone to warrant this team drafting him with this pick.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
My second body cost a lot. After I bought it.
All right, team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
Just 2 years ago, he was on the boxing team for a small school before transferring and using his final year of eligibility to play football for a bigger program. Right away, he made an impact for the team, compensating for what he lacked in with pure intensity and aggression. He's going to need to learn to play more with his head and see the game differently at the next level, but he has all the tools to develop into a great player. It all comes down to what the coaches can get out of him, and this first off season will be a major test for him.
Man from the middle where you, I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference.
The Packers are now on the clock.
Kinda listen, make room for a man on a mission with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference. I lost the weight and then I start to tumble. My mind
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
I walk alone, keep from slipping under. Got lost as soon as I stepped out the door. I'm the martyr who just never got his time to shine. I'm a punk kid, no reason.
The Browns are now on the clock.
Finer than the taste of tears running down my face. So cry, baby, cry, oh, cry, baby, cry, oh. I don't really care where I stand in the winner's circle. Make room for a man from the middle where you, I don't even know how I got to the finish, but
Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about the players.
He was a receiver who needed a strong offseason to really change the opinion of him, but he had one of the worst pro days among wide receivers in this class. As Matt Miller put it, he was too focused on the next step instead of securing the ball. This led him to dropping a few passes on what should have been simple routes. I think their wide receiver coach can teach him to maintain focus on the ball before trying to make a move. They'll need to improve that if he's going to make an impact early in his career.
The Bills are now on the clock.
set off in search of satisfaction, rattling my replacement heart of gold. I'm coming back to join the cast of Carmen.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
Single song before. I don't really care where I stand in the winner's circle. Make room for a man from the middle where you, I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference to me. I don't understand what you're saying, only kinda listen. Make room for a man on a mission with you, I don't even know.
The Rams are now on the clock.
Don't care, don't make no difference. I'm tired of this in the kitchen.
Rams have just made their pick. Adam, what can you tell us about him?
He was dismissed from the team earlier this year after reportedly not showing up to several organized team activities. This immediately raised some red flags among scouting circles around the league. However, I've been told that he came off as very sincere during the combine, telling teams that he was a team player and he won't make the same mistakes again. That sounds good on paper, but this team will find out very soon if he can back it up.
I can take up on a date, here's a chicken dinner. Put my wrist in a pot, I can make it drink. I'm tired of this in the kitchen.
All right, now that the pick's in, let's go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
One thing that kept coming up from GMs whenever this guy's name is mentioned was his clutch factor. Throughout his college career, he managed to win big games and flat outplay some big names at the same position in the process. It's almost as if the more challenging the situation, the more he elevates his game, a trait that will serve him well in the NFL. According to my sources, this X factor, coupled with his power arm, had several organizations pinning him as a surefire franchise quarterback. Looks like this team has gotten its man.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
You know my is the best. I feel like I should stop and retire as a vet and probably maybe put on a new. I'm in a cruise ship. I'm tired of
The Raiders are now on the clock.
this shit. But how else am I gonna get it? 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 I'm getting kinda tired of all this in the kitchen. How else am I gonna get it? How
The Eagles are now on the clock.
else am I gonna get it? How else am I gonna get it?
The Jets are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock.
Caught up in my, put your head on backwards, then skate off after engaging laughter about what just happened. Napkins get sent to mammies, is that too graphic? Catch you in traffic, you sitting daffy like stealing candy. My ceiling's absent, my wheels are massive, my friends assassins. All of us, our mothers queens and our women dead.
The Saints are now on the clock.
Splashing, my gills are flapping. I bit some matches, then sip something and kiss the dragon.
I'm really rapping, no fingers snapping, them packing. Y'all slipping, my swag is dripping, so here's a napkin. What's really happening? Verbal attacking, I'm showing passion. Know what I mean? See, I'm the king like I'm from Akron. I'm going overboard.
The Lions are now on the clock.
When it comes to getting checks, I always want the fat ones. I'm so I can sing to a chandelier. My flow a glass of spade and yours a can of candle.
Too many buttons, not enough. These fucking the SWAT is coming. Shoulder, no shoulder shrugging at your nugget.
Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Lions' latest pick.
Just when you thought his draft stock couldn't be any higher, here's a guy that goes out and puts on an absolute show in the College All-Star game, being named the game's MVP. Several GMs I spoke to cite that performance as the reason many draft experts, including Matt Miller, labeled him as the clear-cut #1 quarterback in this year's draft. He's never backed down from a challenge, and I can only imagine he's chomping at the bit to meet with the coaching staff as soon as possible to begin his NFL journey.
Ready turkey, spaghetti, and castor oil. Let's turn your guillotine to a fashion show. In 4 minutes, I turn this into forensics in a foreign car with a foreign.
The Texans are now on the clock.
You taking long, you just don't get it. On the phone up on Say Tony, want a song with me. Hotter than Mississippi, the summer of the 1950s. In a van full of some white. Get pulled over for swerving like hi, officer. When he asked me why I was swerving, I'm swerve, officer.
The Panthers are now on the clock.
I can make it bounce by myself. 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 I can make it bounce by myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a trade.
Got a mansion, a condo, a cabin. I sleep in my phantom. Dancing with the stars to the Star-Spangled Banner. I change.
The Colts are now on the clock.
I ring your Saturn. I your madam. She get and I shake the ladder. I make her and gather and calculate the data. I listen up for the snakes or the baby rattle. I play the shadows, don't play no games. I straight get at them. I'm on a all day like it's my favorite album.
I play the salmon, the Cayman Islands.
The Bears are now on the clock.
First, I have a temper tantrum. I innovative. I demonstrated this. Played it. I don't care if you owe me it. You need to pay me. I kiss your lady. Then kiss the baby. Get situated. Get keys off table and leave her. I really made it. Get it made. Won't wrestle cause I expect.
The Redskins are now on the clock.
Tiny like a spider on a spud web. I got some on my thumbnail. I feed it to my girls. They say, yeah.
I'm doing this for the L. When I go, I'ma leave for the belt. I told you did like a chef. I want a Ferrari in yellow. Just so I can match all my yellow. I've been a player since elementary. I got my ball.
The Lions are now on the clock.
Several inches.
I can make it bounce by myself. 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 I can make it bounce by myself.
The Chargers are now on the clock.
I can make it bounce by myself.
Man says it's gonna rain. We're in good.
The Patriots are now on the clock.
Yeah, we still got plans tonight. We're gonna kick it, that's a given, baby, rain and shine. Leave your Sunday best at home. Be the last time you wear what you got on. Bikini top and cut off jeans. Baby girl, you know you're looking mean. She said,
The Broncos are now on the clock.
Won't you think you got swampers on my truck phone? Ooh, it's about to get dirty in the dirty South. I'm about to show you what it's all about. But don't worry, it's a rowdy crowd. We ain't scared, we're still throwing down. We gonna
I see both teams filling out cards. You know what that means? We've got a trade. The Panthers are now on the clock.
It's just something about a good old flood, watching down red clay turn to mud. Sling it
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
like a new paint job on a 4x4. Girl, you're gonna have a good old time. Can't let a little bit of rain change your mind. Let your hair down, kick off in boots. Once in your life, let yourself cut loose. Gonna get money from head to toe, clean it off.
Adam, what can you tell us about the Chiefs' newest player?
He's one of the few receivers in college that no matter what sort of coverage you threw at him, he always came away with the ball. A great example is one of his impressive touchdown catches that has been on highlight reels ever since. It was late in the game, and the defense knew who the quarterback was going to target. He was surrounded by 3 defenders when his quarterback put the ball in the air. And even though he was completely swamped, somehow he managed to pluck the ball right over the defenders' heads. He isn't the biggest receiver, but he has the ability to stretch and make the play, essentially making him a larger and taller target and a real threat in the red zone. I think this team got a possible difference maker at receiver.
Muddy water, let me hear you say. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Listen, about to get dirty in the dirty South. About to show you what it's all about. And don't worry, it's a rowdy crowd. We ain't scared, we're still throwing down. We gonna tap, light that fire. We gonna crank that cuss. Pass that, let's get thirsty. Everybody get thirsty.
Our very own Adam Schefter has more to say about this pick.
Matt Miller was glued to the ongoing soap opera that was his story this season. A feared pass rusher, he couldn't quite seem to play with the same intensity on a week-to-week basis. Some weeks he looked absolutely unstoppable, terrorizing opposing quarterbacks. Others he looked out of place, struggling to make any sort of impact, even taking himself out of the game multiple times in fits of frustration. Some GMs I spoke to felt that his lack of consistency was due to a lack of maturity, something that can be easily addressed by the right coaching staff. This pick could have tremendous upside or could end up as a what could have been story. It should be interesting to see how this saga plays out.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
If you try to shut us down, we'll show you just how we get down. And just to even up the score, we're coming kicking down your door.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
Play fair, so tell me why now should we care? Queen Bee told y'all a long time ago that we run the atmosphere. Did we build that? Yeah. Do we own that? Yeah. We even in the studios running playback. Shout out to Airman Sally, the young guard, to all the G's like us. Yeah, we go hard. See, this is how we feel to be a champion. We might fall down, but we never run. You wouldn't need it.
The Buccaneers have made their selection. What can we tell you about them? That's why we have Adam Schefter.
Sometimes an overall 40-yard time taken at face value can be misleading, and here's a good example why. At his pro day, you might have thought that he ran the same time as he did at the combine. But if you look at the split times, he was significantly quicker in the 10 and 20-yard splits than he was previously. His top-end speed is still roughly the same, but what he was able to show was a quicker burst off the line, something that's valued on any position down in the trenches. His quicker first step helped him rise a bit over some of the other defenders and be taken with this pick.
The Broncos are now on the clock.
So proud of them that we overcome. We bow down to none. I wanna hail out all my day ones. Time really does fly when you're having fun, but the party don't stop till we staring down the sun.
Try to shut us down. We'll show you just how we get down.
Hold on now. This pick is trading teams.
We're coming kicking down your door. If you try to shut us down,
The 49ers are now on the clock.
we get down. And just to even up the score, we're coming kicking down your door. Kick it. Kick it.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
If you try to shut us down, we'll show you just how we get down. And just to even up the score, we're coming kicking down your door. If you try to shut us down,
The Giants are now on the clock.
just how we get down. And just to even up the score, we're coming kicking down your door.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Don't make me wait. I need to hold in the darkness of the night. And when I stray, show me my place. You are my shelter, baby. Let me feel your light.
Eagles have made their selection. For more about him, let's go to Adam Schefter.
Some interesting news came out of his pro day when coaches called the workout off early. He was beginning to show signs of exhaustion, and they were worried he wouldn't be able to make it through the rest of the planned drills. Workhorse running backs are becoming a rarity in the league, but you want to see your tailbacks have enough stamina to play an entire game. He's going to need a lot more conditioning, and we'll see if he can be ready for the team's training camp.
The 49ers are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock.
This aching pain when you're away, like a burning ship that sets the sails to you. Fingertips, press my lips, make me sing that holy song.
Well, if you're wondering what the delay is, I think we've got a trade coming here.
Holy Ghost inside, let it loose and lay it on. Only one thing to say.
The Lions are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam Schefter now. He's got more to say about the Redskins' latest pick.
Long talked about as a top 3 defensive back prospect, his draft stock fell dramatically after a series of consecutive struggles late in the season against inferior wide receivers. Many speculated that these struggles were due to a series of nagging injuries, a theory which may have been validated by his strong performance at his pro day. I was able to talk with several GMs about him at the Combine, and they told me he possesses the raw physical skills needed to become a top-tier NFL defensive back. 3 skills in particular were mentioned by every GM I spoke to: exceptional physicality at the line of scrimmage, a nose for the ball, and better hands than most receivers they've seen and scouted. The reason for his collegiate struggles may forever be shrouded in mystery, but they'll soon be forgotten if he's able to realize his full football potential.
The Texans are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock.
This over-complex new design, I'm tripping over all the time. We try to walk that fragile line. Whatever's left is always right. I will take back what's rightly mine. This is my forsaken fight.
What wait, looks like both war rooms are feverishly back on the phones. I think that means a trade is coming. The Colts are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock.
This over complex new design, I'm tripping over all the time. We try to walk a fragile line. Whatever's left is always right. I will take back what's rightly mine. This is what the Satan's fight.
The Patriots are now on the clock.
Bring it on tonight.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Bring it on tonight.
The Panthers are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. How come nobody's at the podium? That's because both teams are right now working on a trade.
Show me what you like. Hey, I put money, I can match it for ya. I'm in this all right.
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
On a jacket on ya. He got a thing for a Latin. He wanna hear a little Spanish? I told him it ain't practice it. I'm about to fill you up with Spanish. Walk up with the click and I ain't looking like the side in this. I'm the opposite cause I'm the main event in boxing and it has the time been ticking. I've been out here playing my position. I'm about to get it.
The Browns are now on the clock.
I'm only here for me.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
Independent and I know you gotta like a girl that's this appealing. Get you caught up in the moment, then I'll get you in your feelings. Tell your boys that you gon' meet them later on. Both of us are so taxi, leave the meter on. First time you out in Cali, never tried no strong, so you gon' have some stories to tell when you take it back home and tell them one time, Snowy, we showed you what it's like. Leave you sleepy like the call the umpire.
The Jaguars have made their pick. Adam, what can you tell us about him?
He took an early exit at the combine after suffering what looked like a painful ankle sprain during the vertical jump. Scouts were eager to see what he could do this offseason, but they were left disappointed when he hobbled off the field. I've been told that he's 100% ready to go for rookie minicamp, and now he can breathe a sigh of relief that he's finally been picked.
He trying to catch me in my feelings, but he don't know that I'm the though. Shout out to my that can get it in the
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a trade.
He trying to catch me in my feelings, but he don't know that I'm the though. He trying to stunt and give me drinks. I got the bottle in the section and
The Buccaneers are now on the clock. All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
A torn Achilles tendon almost dashed his NFL dreams, but through pure determination and will, he found a way to rehab and impress scouts at the Combine. He was able to make strong cuts and doesn't look as if he's lost any speed as a result of the injury. Even with the success he's currently enjoying, there's significant concern about him doing too much, too fast. Count on this training staff continuing his rehab to make sure he's at 100% before he sees the field. He's a significant investment, and I can't see them rushing him back until he's truly ready.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
Home team made it. 2 threes on my feet, then I pump fake. Baby girl, grab the quick. What if kiss it? Sweat leave, Mr. Couldn't took it quick. Hottest on the planet, get the place lit up. Fly, got expensive taste, sight into. We ain't on the same team. Cheer up. That make sit up.
The Broncos are now on the clock.
Money talks, you just popping off at the mouth. And from the topic, then the conversation heated. Right trim, getting booked up in every city. Splash out with cash, had the spaz on the waiter. She messed up my order 3 times in a row. I'm good on gas, I just filled up my tank. Now let's fill up her head and let's see if she goes.
The 49ers are now on the clock.
We set the roof on fire. 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 We set the roof.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
We set the roof on fire. We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire.
So bad, swimming in my bed. Off with that, off with that. Young Slim, get it in my infrared. Come and hit the rain, I just lit the gas.
The Broncos are now on the clock.
Stash your money in a brown paper bag. We set the roof on fire, then we flood it out. We just threw the money up, we ain't even count. Shake it. It in my speeder, girl, I'm nothing. Messing up my speech. I'm $1 million player, baby, nothing's at my reach. I'm $1 million, like I hit the lottery. Splash her with
The Rams are now on the clock.
She messed up my order 3 times in a row. I'm good on gas, I just filled up my tank. Now let's fill up her head and let's see if she goes.
We set the roof on fire. 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 We set the roof on
The Jets are now on the clock.
fire. We set the roof on fire. We set the roof on fire.
The Jets are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock.
I wanna live like it's Mardi Gras and go dumb with my whole squad and don't need no R&R to regular life. I say au revoir. Hey, living life in the fast lane. May your pain only beat. So please come join me. One thing, good vibes only. I just tap
The Lions are now on the clock.
my cup, got fireworks. Let's blow some down. Tonight I'm going stupid, doing things I've never done. We all got one thing in common. We just wanna have fun. Hey,
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
do something crazy. Hey,
I see both teams filling out cards. You know what that means? We've got a trade.
You don't need a map, you don't need a nap, you don't need jack. Except lots of people, some very loud speakers.
The Giants are now on the clock.
Join me. One thing, good vibes only. I just chopped. I'ma fill my cup. Got fireworks. Let's blow some down. Tonight I'm going stupid. Doing things I've never done. We all got one thing in common. We just wanna have.
The Bills are now on the clock.
Think about to do it. Think about to do it. Do something crazy.
The Steelers are now on the clock.
Break it down.
The Panthers are now on the clock.
Do something crazy. I just chopped. I'ma fill my cup. Got fireworks. Let's blow some down. Tonight I'm going stupid. Doing things I've never.
The Bears are now on the clock.
One thing in common. We just wanna have fun. Hey. What you wanna do? Think about to do it. Think about to do it. Do something crazy.
The Panthers are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock.
Put away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get different.
The Chargers are now on the clock.
About what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave to lust, hard building, breaking trust. Don't get wild when we come out, like don't get loud when the come out. That's instant. Give up what your friends think. Tell they bougie, go wait in line with them lame. Talking real rap, tell them break your neck, go and bust a rhyme.
The Chargers are now on the clock.
Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody game, we on the town. Hey, never come down, I never come down. Lose it.
Let's go to Adam now, who's got more on the Chargers' last pick.
In what could be seen as a controversial pick, here's a player who has been followed by quite the reputation as a wild child during his years in college. Numerous social media outlets followed and shared his off-field collegiate exploits, submarining his draft stock. Even with his party boy perception, many of my sources told me that this was simply a case of boys will be boys and not the foreshadowing of a larger issue. Look for this coaching staff to keep him extremely busy, hoping to avoid any unwanted publicity. This task may be easier said than done, especially given all the potential off-field distractions that come with being in the NFL. He has the potential to be his own worst enemy, and should he be unable to focus on the opportunity ahead of him, this pick could end up being one of the biggest busts of the draft.
Pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey,
The Packers are now on the clock.
gang, we on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it.
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it.
The Packers are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my...
The Bills are now on the clock.
I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. Who's all with me? Who's all with me?
The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock.
Maybe you should bring a friend along, yeah. Now, I got paper and I ain't gonna chase you, baby. I'm gonna take you down. Now, come on, shake it, baby. Turn that.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
Who's all with me? Who's all with me?
The Broncos are now on the clock.
Call your friends, the weekend's coming. I'm about to give you the rock. Now pour. Give me one for the money, you the one for the night. You know you one in a million if you the one that I like. You got a lot of glad I knew you. I brought a ruler. I'ma use it, play the music louder. I gotta do it now.
The 49ers are now on the clock.
Ain't gonna chase you, baby. I'm gonna take you down now. Come on, shake it, baby. Turn that around. I'm like,
oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. I can feel it.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. Who's all with me? Who's all with me?
The Giants are now on the clock.
take it up another notch and make it drop it and never take it down. Take it down. 30-something thousand watching, show me something, baby. Who's all with me?
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
Use the drawer
Hard to admit that I used to draw portraiture in a human form, doodle of a two-headed unicorn.
The Saints are now on the clock.
A fusion of man-made tools and a muse from beyond. Even if it went beautifully wrong, it was tangible truth for a youth to refuse to belong. No name nuisance, who's in a bedroom, who's in a brand new uniform. Barely commune with the horde, got a whole grayscale ungluing his world. Might zone amp to the yap of a magpie, unseen hand dragging his graphite.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
After a Bristol to baptize, you can imagine a rush that ensue when you get 3 dimensions stuffed in a 2. Then it's off to a school where it's all you can do, being trained and observed by a capable few. Back in New York by peeps and a dog in a 2-bedroom doing menial jobs. Plus rhyming and stealing and being a clod, distractions, freedom, a rod. I left some years of giving a light.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
I let my fears materialize. I let my skills deteriorate. Horn about a thought of what I should have been. Continuing a mission that was rooted in a 20-year affinity and rickety condition with an ID crisis. Snap on the front lawn, look up in the sky. It's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings.
The Giants are now on the clock.
Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your
The Texans are now on the clock.
rings. Used to paint. Hard to admit that I used to paint. Natural light on a human face. Stenciled fire in his roommate's face. It was bloom and addiction. A miss and a push and a pigment. Book like a tattooed pigskin look. Pinhead kids in a minute. Drank Kool-Aid from a tube of acrylic. And I grew up in a linseed oil or a linen.
The Steelers are now on the clock.
Capture a map of a gesture. Back up, add a little accurate fat to the figure. Redo that, move that inward. Zinc white lightning shoots from his fingers. Studio strewn with illusion and tinctures. Stay tuned for the spooky adventures. You can imagine the stars that align when a forearm starts foreshortening right, or a torso hung on a warping spine in proportion reads as warm. And
The Colts are now on the clock.
brush, then a week goes by and it goes untouched. Then 2, then 3, then a month, and the rest of your life to beat yourself up. I left some seasons eager to fall. I left some work to bury alive. I let my means of being dissolved. I let my person curl up and die. Eating up his innards and unfeasible anxiety is brutally committed to relinquishing his privacy, aligning with the trials.
The Broncos are now on the clock.
Look up in the sky, it's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring.
The Panthers are now on the clock.
Heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The 49ers are now on the clock.
and I go by the name of Wyclef. I bought the band. And we need all the ladies to report on the dance floor. And you know my slogan, no fighting in the hall.
Popping knock it when I met you, shorty had the long extension. Told her I'm a Batman, but I only got the best intentions.
The Chargers are now on the clock.
Don't have to take it undercover, just on the bells are ringing, people singing, rice is throwing, flower bringing, ting-a-ling-a-ling, the honeymoon is when we going, and I take you to a place that you didn't even know exists. What's your wish? Dinner at the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Shot us in the basement party, yeah. Turn into the greatest party, yeah. Never see my
The Patriots are now on the clock.
just once and we went up. And my love a tripping, now I feel my body drifting. Baby girl, she got me lifted, the mind tripping. Excuse her while she kisses the sky.
The Broncos are now on the clock.
Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Jaws dropping when she walking, kind of thing that happen often more than just a little. I be shutting down the city, black the latest gears when she wear. You see that sun in the air, fashion.
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
She's happy with my lady, other girls they wanna hate her. It comes with the territory, ball players wanna date her. All we got is loyalty, I'm treating you like royalty. I'ma spoil you every day of the week. Shot us in the basement party, yeah. Turn into the greatest party, yeah. Never see my baby coming. Just one.
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
And my love a tripping. Now I feel my body drifting. My body drifting. Baby girl, she got me lifted. The mind tripping. She's so
The Packers are now on the clock.
Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Hey, baby, baby, hey, baby. Hey, baby, baby, hey, baby. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, now breathe, baby. Hey, baby.
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
Hey, baby, baby, hey, baby. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take a breath and breathe, baby. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Excuse her while she kisses the sky.
The Browns are now on the clock.
Kiss the sky. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Excuse her.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Excuse her while she kisses the sky.
The Steelers are now on the clock.
Excuse her while she kisses the sky.
The Bills are now on the clock.
She's up against them all, but the writing's on the wall. There's more than meets the eye with her.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
I'm left without a clue. She sees it all in black and white or blue. She's got a rebel heart. One day she's gonna fight.
The Rams are now on the clock.
She's got a rebel heart. She's up against
The Titans are now on the clock.
No, she never will admit that what she wants she never get. She never knows when to quit. I stole it up the skies.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
Can see it in her painted eyes. She's got a rebel heart. One day she's gonna fight. She's got a
The Broncos are now on the clock.
she's up against them
The 49ers are now on the clock.
don't seem to understand what she wants to do. Light a fire, hit and run like good.
The Vikings are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock.
She wants to overthrow our love. Maybe too much ain't enough, and we won't make it out alive. She's got a
The Eagles are now on the clock.
she's had it from the start. Out there on the run again. She's got a rebel heart. One day she's gonna fight.
Jets are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock.
How do we fall apart? Faster than a hairpin trigger. Don't you say it. Don't you say it. Don't say it. One breath.
The Lions are now on the clock.
So shut your mouth and run me like a river. Shut your mouth, baby, stand and deliver. Holy hands, holy, make me a sinner. Like a river, shut your mouth.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Show this love till the veins start to shiver. One last breath till the tears start to wither. Like a river, shut your mouth and run me like a river.
The Giants are now on the clock.
Tales of an endless ride. Cursed is a fool who's willing. Can't change the way we are. One kiss away from killing.
The Texans are now on the clock.
Don't you say it. Don't say it. Don't you say it. One breath, it'll just break. So shut your mouth and run me like a river. Shut your mouth, baby, stand and deliver.
The Steelers are now on the clock.
Make me a sinner. Like a river, shut your mouth and run me like a river. Show this love till the veins start to shiver. One last breath till the tears start to wither.
The Colts are now on the clock.
Like a river, shut your mouth and run me like a river. Like a river, 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 like a river. Shut your mouth.
Hold on now. This pick is trading teams. The Bears are now on the clock.
Shut your mouth, baby, stand and deliver. Holy hands, holy, make me a sinner. Like a river,
The Bears are now on the clock.
your mouth and run me like a river. Show this love till the veins start to shiver. One last breath till the tears start to wither. Like a river, shut your mouth and run me like a river.
The Saints are now on the clock.
Said tonight we ain't going out, so
The Chargers are now on the clock.
made, well, they're way too strong, but ain't nobody saying sorry. The speaker's so blown, no one knows what it is, but we keep it on repeat 'cause we
The Cowboys are now on the clock.
got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives, and the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back, just shaking our heads.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way. just acting our age. There's people here,
The Panthers are now on the clock.
but we're acting like we go back. It's 3 a.m., but we ain't done yet. Trying our best to make it last. Freedom running through us like an open.
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
Being young and there's still to race. We've got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives. And the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age.
The Packers are now on the clock.
Shaking our heads, but right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. Just acting our age.
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
We're too loud, we're too proud, we're too high to come back down. We don't think, we don't plan, we stay as long as we can. As long as we can.
The Browns are now on the clock.
We got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives. And the rest of tonight for.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back, just shaking our heads. But right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
Just acting our age.
The Bills are now on the clock.
Well, if you're wondering what the delay is, I think we've got a trade coming here.
Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been that they with this. Yeah, I've been killing
The Eagles are now on the clock.
not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been that they with this. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist, flicking that wrist. Let me
The Rams are now on the clock.
Matter of fact, I'ma let Push tell that. Take it by the old man. Had to change her heart and then fell back. Old man lived a long life. Walked around with a long way like Jesus, that Colombiana, that's mere models like. Yeah. Look at the flick of that wrist. I'm feeling like Leonardo. Let me paint the picture. I might need a bottle on the road to success. I can fit a
The Titans are now on the clock.
when I write. And that old man had to change her heart. Wish he knew it back from the start. Like, looked around, seen his wife on the military all over the whole compound. Soon as he seen it, I swear it, I mean it, my man was gone quicker than Domino's. He in jail.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been that they with this. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been that they with this. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that.
The Broncos are now on the clock.
Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist, flicking that
Simple
wrist.
logic, clockwise, counterclockwise. Realest in the top 5. Other 4 ain't rapping. I'm just repping for the side. Yeah, that's coastlines, Panama for the boat rides. Work billion
The Bears are now on the clock.
time. Just money counters and kitchenware. Condo with a in there. We got rich in there. Been a trophy since Hawaiian Sophie. Curry over Kobe. We shooting. Splash Brothers with the add in.
Well, wait, looks like both war rooms are feverishly back on the phones. I think that means a trade is coming.
I bet you
Let the sky fall, let it rain on you.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist.
The Broncos are now on the clock.
Hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Flicking that wrist.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Hello, my name is Kamal. I am from the clouds. I'm a human now, but I used to be a raindrop. Word up, I'm really good at putting words up. I make them levitate and circle with the birds. I don't need to force it, I let it occur. Whatever occurs, thank you. Feel like I was touched by an angel. Once again,
The Jets are now on the clock.
my angle. I got a lot of love and a whole lot of ignorance, and that's a good thing if you want to relate. I'm just trying 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 to relate.
The Bears are now on the clock.
It's Kamal like a power with an M. I get you down like gravity, rackety rappers, and raps rapidly follow the rapid into the rapid to being rapping, unraveling, rattle riddles, and ribbons.
The Saints are now on the clock.
Clear eye, your vigorous spinner right to the rhythm, whittle the side eye. I am the killer in the grasses. I am the kid in the corner with the glasses. I am the specter, you should respect them. I don't expect the special, ain't special. I don't expect nothing. I'm just really glad I can say something. That's a blessing. Ain't no stress affecting my presence. But sometimes the pressure keep pressing. Worst keep.
The Lions are now on the clock.
I'm just trying to relate. 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 From the present, now, present, come out.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock.
I keep it funky. Not important, that's unimportant. I'm just wanting her. And she just wanna let my money on my money that came up. And I don't know when I go tomorrow.
The Bears are now on the clock.
How come nobody's at the podium? That's because both teams are right now working on a trade.
I don't know where I'ma be tomorrow. Might be counting doors. I'll bet with your.
The Bills are now on the clock.
And the money keep coming, hey. I'ma keep ballin', hey. Rock a park, spallin', hey. Carefree, I've been living carefree. So much in the air, we can barely even breathe. Hey. I really worry about things I don't know. You say I'm living wrong, you ain't wrong, money long way.
The Lions are now on the clock.
All the money that I saw, I don't think I'm ever wrong. And I don't
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a trade.
The Chargers are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock.
You better not be the one to doubt us.
The Bills are now on the clock.
Cause we've been putting in the hours. We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one to doubt us. Cause we
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
We gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. Okay, whoa. We've been on the road from
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
You know we've been down for too long to give up. Can't go, I need all pesos, want it all. Case closed, I go wild to the wall, can't hold to the ball game over. These boys can't hold me, you boys can't hold us. I told you, better not be the one to doubt us.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Cause we've been putting in the hours. We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one to doubt us.
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
Cause we gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. When I was back home washing them dishes, I was just
The Browns are now on the clock.
I was on missions, I was just living. Walked in that building, we was just building, taking our time. We was just yielding, we was just chilling away from these haters. Know they be watching like a theater. Yeah. Plotting these niggas that we need later. They gon' degrade us, it won't delay us. This is what made us. We got Omega, probably roll. Probably just leave. I see you later. I salute Wega, cop a new crib, got some new neighbors. You get this big, they gon' want favors, they gon' want flavors. Probably roll.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
Wait from these snakes, wait from these fakes. Wait, I need breaks, wait, I need cake. How long can we wait? Come on, better not be the one to doubt us. Cause we've been putting in the hours. We only taking what was ours.
The Jets are now on the clock.
So you better not be the one to doubt us. Cause we gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind.
I see both teams filling out cards. You know what that means? We've got a trade.